Chapter number 5. Tell me how. Exercise 5.1. Gather facts. Identify 5 facts in the following interview. Write them out using the keywords only.
Salt. Today we are speaking to Professor Darley. She is an expert on salt. Hello, Professor. We'd like to find out more about salt. What is salt? Salt is a mineral made up of sodium and chloride, properties which all life depends on. Common salt is also known as table salt. Where does salt come from? There are 2 main sources of table salt: seawater and rock salt found in the ground. How is it obtained? Salt can be extracted by a process of evaporation, when water is removed, or by mining. Why was salt so valuable? In ancient times, before fridges, common salt was very valuable for its ability to preserve food and thus develop civilizations. For centuries, salt was difficult to obtain and extremely valuable. In fact, wars were fought over salt. In those days, salt was more valuable than gold. Roman soldiers were given an allowance called a salarium to buy table salt. What other uses does salt have? Salt can soothe a bee sting, smother a grease fire in the kitchen, or remove a food stain if it is rubbed onto the fabric and soaked before washing. Salt can melt ice. A mixture of salt and grit is spread on icy roads to make them safer. Is salt good for you? Salt is essential for good health, but too much of it is bad for you. There are different types of edible salt. Common table salt is highly processed and not as healthy as pink table salt.
5 facts about salt. Made up of sodium and chloride. Sources: seawater and rock salt. Types: common salt, pink salt. Extracted through evaporation. Has many uses. Summarize the information about salt in a mind map. Write the main headings and keywords only. Made of sodium and chloride. Sources: sea salt, rock salt. Types: common salt, pink salt. Health: too much salt is not good for health. Uses: soothes stings, removes stains, melts ice, etc. Extraction: process of evaporation. Use your factual knowledge of salt to explain the meaning of these idiomatic expressions. She is the salt of the earth. Just like salt, she is irreplaceable, valuable, and helpful. He is worth his salt. He is useful, effective at what he does, and worth his pay. Find 2 other expressions that use salt and explain what they mean. Take it with a grain of salt, meaning to view something with doubt. Example: you should take his promises with a grain of salt. Rub in the wound. Rub salt in the wound, meaning to make a bad situation worse. Example: losing the game was hard, but his taunts rubbed salt in the wound. Exercise 5.2. Read instructions. Style is the way a text is written. The style must fit the purpose of the text. A personal style: informal, chatty, relaxed, colloquial words, contractions, I've, its. First person pronouns: I, me, mine. An impersonal style: formal, concise, clear, specialized vocabulary, avoids slang or contractions, uses second and third person, pronouns you, they, it. Read the instructions, put the steps into the correct order by numbering them from 1 to 8. How to make fizzy bath balls. What you need: dry ingredients, 2 tablespoons of citric acid, 2 tablespoons of corn flour, 4 tablespoons of bicarbonate of soda. Wet ingredients: 3 to 6 drops of food coloring, 1/4 teaspoon of fragrance oil, 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Handy tips: use gloves to protect your hands from the food coloring and oil. Vegetable oils include coconut oil, avocado oil, or palm oil. Method: mix the dry ingredients. Add the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Mix together well. Mold the mixture into balls. Place the balls onto wax paper to dry. Leave for 24 hours to fully dry. Store the bath balls in a sealed container. Add a few bath balls to your bath or wrap them up and use them as gifts. Analyze the language of the instructions in Activity 1. Identify the following: the style, impersonal style. Specialize vocabulary, dry ingredients, wet ingredients. Second or third pronoun, person pronouns: your, them, implied subject, you. Command verbs: add, mix, leave, place, store, mold. Exercise 5.3. Be clear and direct. A simple sentence has one finite verb, a subject, the person or thing doing the action, and usually an object. What has the action done to it? For example, the children make salt crystals. Instructions look as if there is no subject because the subject word is not always included, only implied. Close the door. A compound sentence, which could be a command or instruction, is formed when two simple sentences are joined. Wash your hands, wash your face. Wash your hands and your face. Write the correct command verbs in these sentences. Then number the steps to show the correct order. How to remove salt from water. Mix salt and water in a large bowl. Stand a drinking glass in the center of the bowl. Cover the bowl with a plastic wrap, not too tightly. Place the pebble on the plastic wrap so that it dips towards the drinking glass. Leave it in the sunshine for a few hours. Wait to see what happens. Practice. Rewrite this paragraph replacing the subject in each sentence with the third person pronoun it. It is useful for various purposes. It is obtained through evaporation or mining. Long ago it was extremely valuable. Today it is easily available and inexpensive. Identify the pronoun in these commands. Say what the pronoun is referring to. Cover the bowl with a plastic wrap and leave it in the sunshine for a few hours. The pronoun is it and it refers to the bowl. Place the pebble on the plastic wrap so that it dips towards the drinking glass. Pronoun is it and it refers to the plastic wrap. Add the salt to the water until it cannot absorb any more salt. The pronoun is it and it refers to the water. Stand an empty glass in the bowl and wait for it to fill with water. The pronoun is it and it refers to the empty glass. Write 3 of your own commands using a command verb and a pronoun in each. Boil the rice and let it cool. Pick up the book and place it on the shelf. Turn on the fan and leave it running.